You're good. I think we're on 6.
I think it's episode number 6. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 6. We think of the Walmart Sellers Podcast. I have a fancy new microphone, not as fancy as my lovely co-host James does. Do you watch Chris Grant's podcast with that other guy? I think it's Chris and Chris. He always introduces his co-host, and then he has a something
a quip or something.
Yeah, I need to come up with that. See, here I am at another stage of my life, learning from Chris Grant, and he doesn't even really know who I am. So, Chris, if you watch this, let's be friends, man. Anyways, it always looks like you're in the dark. Why is it so dark?
Because I'm surrounded by like 27 windows.
Oh, okay.
It's literally a sunroom, Florida room, whatever the hell they call it. So literally, it's attached to the house. One wall is like a window, French doors, and then it's just windows all the way around. That's my office.
Very nice. Do you have a pool out there?
No, I don't. I'm not a huge fan of pools. There's maintenance, upkeep, costs in Florida. It's not.
Yeah, no, don't get a pool if you don't want to. I would absolutely fill my pool in with concrete and put a basketball goal back there. I hate it. And this year, my wife has decided that we're gonna keep it open year round. So,
you need a heater and stuff.
There's she wants to do that too, but I vetoed that. There's a tree that hangs directly over our pool, and so this time of year it just rains down leaves, and so
you're out there skimming it every day.
Every single day. So it's $300 to close it and $500 to open it back up. And so we were like, well, we'll just run it and, have a pool instead of a big ugly tarp. And so
why does it cost so much to close it and open it? That doesn't.
Yeah, because you're in Florida and I'm in Georgia, so there's like one pool guy for 50 miles, and it just says the prices.
My parents have an in-ground pool. My dad just does it all. But you are right. It's year-round. You don't ever have to close it down or anything. So
M, so I don't know who that is, says Chris Grant is the man. Chris Grant is the freaking man. I want to be Chris Grant when I grow up. So, all right, let's get to the title. Podcast episode number whatever. I believe we said we're at 6, which means we are 60% of the way to creating a podcast channel, getting T-shirts made, getting a Walmart Seller podcast hat, the whole bit, and just four more episodes, and we're there. We're professional. I mean, we've made it further than 90, whatever the percentage is, and we'll be professional podcasters. So I'm excited about that. Which is best? Walmart or Amazon? Did you catch that? Did you hear the Amazon sale? Did it come through my microphone?
No, it didn't.
Oh, that's so sad. I just sold something just now. I'm going to have to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
I did. I sold something 9 minutes ago.
Nice. Let's see who sells more in this podcast. We'll keep up with. Speaking of who sells more, Monster Month for you. Did you say it's the best month you've ever had?
The best month I've ever had, and I've been doing this. We opened our Amazon account in December of 2018. This is I am counting combined sales across Amazon, Walmart, and eBay. Well, that doesn't come through because of your.
So sad. It's a sour gummy worm rain. Anyways, so you met me and your sales exploded. That's amazing. Anyways, carry on.
It's all you, 100% you, and AJ, because she's the
and AJ. That's amazing though, for real.
We are happy with that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I would be happy with that too. We had we did about 60% of that, so we're like this close to being like half, which would hurt my feelings, but I'm not half. I'm like a little bit more than half, and so I'm real happy with our month.
I'm mostly just, Walmart, right?
Actually, as much as I hate to admit it, we ended up selling a good bit on Amazon. So we some stuff you can just do more volume in the short term, which is a great segue into the title of our podcast that I've messed up twice and then interrupted your talking about.
You're fine.
Walmart or Amazon, which is best in Q4 for quick flips? What are your thoughts on that?
Personally, I would pick Amazon. And the sole reason I would pick that is the keep of data, right? So, I know this is supposed to be a Walmart seller podcast, whatever. But
We just ruined it.
yeah, I know. Oh well, we both sell on both. It is what it is, right? So, that person who sold 123 of those things, like I sold 10 on Walmart, but I sold 123 on Amazon. So it's solely based on my own data that, like, why would I continue to send more of them to Walmart when it's not pushing as hard? And they're all quick flips. They're not super high dollar, right? But it's 123 sales where you're making anywhere between $4 and $5. Like, I'm going to take that quick flip over even the WFS. It's the same amount of money basically where the price is sitting right now.
So this fast moving Q4 toy item, you're saying you sold 123 on Amazon, and in the same time you sold literally like 10% of that, or whatever. Yeah, less than.
Yeah,
10%.
it's like 8% or something. I want to look and see how many I'm at now because I did sell more.
That actually, I mean, that tracks for me on some of the volume ones, because I'm like, I really think this is gonna just kill on Walmart, and then I don't know if I'm not getting the buy box or what's going on.
Price competitiveness is such a big thing though too.
Yeah.
Right now, I could penny drop or match somebody, and it's still, it still might not change the buy box either. So it's like the regional buy box. So I'm at 169 on Amazon, and I'm still only at 10 on
That's
Walmart.
amazing. 169 on man.
Yeah.
Will you buy me a car? Just
let me pay off my motorcycle and my truck first.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, I really like I've had I don't know if you remember the Kid Stanley that was last.
I sold those too. Yeah.
Those just printed on Walmart for me, and I don't know why. Maybe it was the time of the year, or maybe I just like timed it just right. But I mean, those, like, I remember plugging in like a bunch, like several dozen of them, and like updating my quantity, and then realizing my price was wrong, and I was priced like $5 below what I wanted to be priced at, but it wasn't like a crazy amount. And I changed the price, and by the time the price updated, 10 or 15 minutes later, they're sold. I mean, they were selling that fast. And so, like, there's definitely some stuff that just goes crazy.
Yeah.
But it's not as like, it's not like Amazon. Like, Amazon just has the weight behind them, because there's certain things that you sell around this time of year that, like, if you just put it in stock, you're going to sell, 40, 50, 100 a day if, on the right products. And it doesn't necessarily translate to Walmart, and that's hard. Like, if you're trying to just do volume today, FBM, churn and burn, like, I think it's harder.
I think too, Amazon has more safe protections too, right? So in whichever one we were talking about, kind of the negatives of Walmart, loss after delivery for seller fulfilled is a big issue. Amazon, you don't have that problem, right? So for Amazon, as long as you buy your shipping through Amazon, you can direct the customer to just file an AZ claim, and you're not going to get hurt, right? You're going to keep all of your money as long as the Amazon rep handling the AZ claim isn't a complete idiot. Yeah. It's gonna be Amazon funded, and it's not going to ding your metrics. But Walmart, you're screwed, right? So I think there's safeness in that as well, which is why I'm kind of okay with the fact that I sold 169 of a, $4 to $5 profit item. But every single one of those items, if it's lost after delivery, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And I would say about half of those were FBA too. So it's not all FBM, but I think like 3 weeks ago we sent in like 45 of them FBA. That was pretty lit. And
That's awesome.
they check and sell they check in really fast with we do the 5-way split. So
nice. I need to review that on Amazon because mine goes 6 ways. But
that's normal.
Is it? Yeah. I don't know if that's the way I want it, but I remember I looked at it when I was using the prep center. I looked at that and we made a decision, and I haven't ever reviewed it again. So I just kind of planned for $1 a pound, and then just pray that.
Have you seen my averages on my spreadsheet that I did?
Yeah. I know we did it on a call. We looked at it.
Yeah. So I think mine is my average overall for this year is
inbound shipping.
Yeah. My per pound average is 51 cents across the whole year so far. So that's pretty good. And we've only done one shipment where I did placement fees because I was by myself and I didn't have enough. The other person was on vacation. So it's one of those things like, well, they also changed it too, right? Because they added the 6th split because now it's 5 identical boxes, whereas before it wasn't like that. So now with the 6-way, I'm seeing consistent like 80-cent average per pound. So I think you're pretty safe with going at the 1 cent. And then I don't inbound any oversize, and we don't do hazmat on Amazon either. So
yeah, same.
We just doesn't. Yeah. And apparel, we don't do apparel either. I think you might still do some of that, but sometimes that can get split weird too.
Yeah. We sent in a pair of shoes. We haven't sent shoes in a long time. And we sent in a pair, one pair of shoes. So it's just a bunch of Q4 looking stuff, and then one pair of Nike shoes, which was nice.
Yeah, a single box of $6 to end out.
Yeah, we haven't. No, they went in with all my other stuff, so I was.
Wow, okay, that's surprising.
But yeah, it was first pair. I'm sure they'll be returned in 6 weeks, so that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna have 100% return rate on my shoe sales for this quarter. So let's give some people some value and then get the heck off here. I am like feeling Q4 already. So I think it's
really.
I've had a busy weekend.
Dude, I'm chilling, man. I took most of Friday off, yesterday off, today. Like I haven't done really anything.
You got this figured out, man. Somehow I think I always work twice as hard as you, but then you're doing more.
But we're 2 people too, though, so
yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, Thursday, I drove all day doing RA, just chasing RA crap. And then Friday morning, same thing, but kind of locally. And then I had a wedding this weekend, so it was rehearsal and then a wedding. And so that took up that's probably part of the reason why I feel a little
partied too late.
Yeah, maybe a little on the wedding night, yeah. But then today was like I was up early, shopped all day, and doing the RA hustle thing. And so I'm like, I might
chugging an energy drink at 7:15 at night,
Well, the beautiful part of Q4 is if you're lucky enough to get a lead, or if you're in a group like at our bolo group, shameless plug, where you can have amazing leads. You're lucky enough to do that, and then you're lucky enough to find it. Then you're also lucky enough to have to pack it same night to go out the next day and do it all over again. I was thinking today, I'm like, I love it. Like I really enjoy like the chase and all that. I don't know if I want to do it forever, but like I'm not unhappy doing it, but I'm also It's definitely energy draining.
There's good days and bad days. I mean, like it's how well does the dopamine hit that day, right?
Right.
That's what it is.
It's kind of like it's not even as much of a chase anymore with some of this stuff because you have the stock checker, and so like you just like the stock checker was right at every single Walmart down to like no unit was off, not even
That's
one
good.
at every
That's good.
single Walmart that I went to today. Yeah, AJ's on here. Let's catch up. She says, I hate price competitiveness. Yeah, me too. Returns are until January 31, even on Amazon now.
That's
Sad
some
face.
poopy.
I also have a sad face. AJ. Yeah. Walmart stock checker. So it's crazy. Like, it almost feels like maybe it's illegal. Like, maybe we shouldn't have that information. But like, if you're not like, if you don't want to pony up and get like in a like my group's expensive. I don't, it is what it is. But like, get into some group that has that that feature, because like if you're chasing stuff down, like I literally drove past Walmart to get to the right Walmart, and it made my day so much more profitable doing it that way. And I wouldn't have done today if I didn't have that.
I don't use it as much as I should, honestly. I have stores I go to and I hit them all, like, and I just look for what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, my Walmart is consistently just reblends. Like, I would say at least half of every shipment is a reblend item.
Amazing. It's a great way to run a business.
Works.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like, eventually I want to not go into Walmart. I know that I feel like in my gut, like I feel like eventually I want to do something different, because like what oh shoot, I forgot, I'm blanking. What was Buddy's name that we had on the other night?
Joey,
yeah, Joey Wheeler. Yeah. He was like, we run the stock checker and we download the
Excel sheet
for each for each search, and then put them into one sheet and then figure out which one had, like, I was like, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard. That's so brilliant,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I could outsource that at some point. Like, at some point I can have somebody on my team that, like, I don't know, they can have a list of replay, like you're doing it. You have a 2-person team, like the other person on your team, like y'all have a sheet where you're collaborating, you're sharing. Like, I would like
Google Drive sheet, man. That's I have a it's called the buy list sheet. But it has I can copy it and clear it and give it to you.
I totally did. You hesitated too long.
But it has it has that bolo list and then the dead bolos, right? Because you should never completely delete them. You should always go back and look at them, right? And then our OA orders, my Walmart shipment tracking for my reconciliation, because I do that every Friday. And then the OA sheet moved over to another sheet, so only the active ones are on the orders, so that if I ever want to go back, I have that. And then I have the ones from last year in 2022, which I was arguably a lot heavier into OA back then. Our supplies, and then just a couple other like old history of leads of stuff that I just have. Like, everyone should have just a Google sheet where you put everything. And it makes life easier, because on your phone, you can open the Drive app and you can look at anything.
I have the Sheets app. That's what I use.
Yeah, that works good too.
Yeah, I don't have that. And I think that's like a clear, like, people say, make friends that will help you level up and all that, Part of me doesn't believe in that, but the other part of me is like, yeah, that's totally true. Like, the pressure that I feel from you in particular is like just leveling up the systems. Like if I can better that in my business, like, I know that would it would definitely result in higher net profit.
Yeah.
Like for sure. And so
Because to level up, right, you got to spend more to make more. So a big issue that we had is, having to communicate what to buy and what not to buy, right? Because if we're heavy on something one week, you don't necessarily want to get it the next week, because like maybe it doesn't sell that fast, but just this week you found like 20 of something and maybe you only sell 5 a week.
Yeah.
But then also forgetting stuff, right? So we had a really bad time of, like, I don't remember if we've ever carried this before and how it did. But because we have the SKU on there and the title, it's just easy to, copy and paste it and check your data just through your orders, because you can do that on the I have this do you have the Walmart seller app beta thing? Did you get that ever?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you have that, everyone, you can apply to be in the beta for the Walmart seller app. It's great for what it has. It's missing stuff, but hi Sarah, good to see you. You can apply to the beta, and it's really helpful, because if you're on the fly, you can look at all of your orders and see how many you've sold, which can kind of help you make decisions. So just stuff like that is going to make your life easier. And I love Google Sheets. Like, I have the shipment tracker for like pounds, and then I have just my numbers on another sheet, so I can see kind of where we are just in general overall numbers. Like, I have our percent completed of our goal that we want, and just totals and percent change over a year. That's how I know, like, I'm up. October was a 43% growth over the last October, or 46%. So
Noah's in here, Sarah's in here, AJ. Jeez, we got $1 million just floating around in this chat. Yeah. I know that is like a growth point for me, is just getting more organized, because like with Walmart, a problem I have is stuff goes unpublished, or I get an error, or insert whatever, and then other stuff, it sells so fast that I don't even like register it. And so I'm like, I know I bought that and it's not in my inventory. And so like keeping up with like what is replenishable, what's not. And
if you had like a delayed check in shipment, and then you forget you even bought that item, so it helps a lot with that kind of stuff. And like what I do Sunday mornings is I go through that sheet line by line, and I plug it into that WFS inventory tab, and I'm basically making educated buying decisions based on like the daily units sold, how many we have, and how many are inbound. And just it's a lot. It takes like an hour, which you could easily outsource that too. Your VA could handle that for you.
I should do that.
You just have to build that process out, and that's the hardest part, is building the initial process.
I think we've done this before, but how many published items do you have in your catalog?
Active and published, or just published?
Or like historical, I guess. So like, how many have? I guess you delete yours. I haven't deleted.
I retire everything. That's
Okay. We can't really compare. I was gonna say I've tested a lot, but as far as replenishing, I don't do as well with it. But
just think, if you were able to replenish even half of those, even if they only sold 3 or 4, right? Like, you're missing profit because you didn't go back and buy it again.
If I was able, I've tested 2,300. Why did my brain do that? 2,346 items. And Noah says 5,000.
Of course he does.
You go, boy. But yeah, no, you said 10%, like, or you said half. Like, if I could get like 1% of those replenishing,
for real though.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
that's definitely a something on.
I have 1,894 retired with 400 active.
Okay, so in the same ballpark.
But it's a lot of clearance, right? So like,
yeah.
You can't really restock a lot of clearance. And as far as like dead, what I would consider dead, I could tell you how many from when I started doing this. I have 72.
Nice.
And they're dead for any reason, whether they didn't perform, they didn't move, the price is too low and it's never recovered. It's no longer a consistent like item, or not consistent item, but like you can't find it anymore. So like, why have it on the sheet taking up space and brain power, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So, with what you're willing to share, you said you're going to Walmart. You have a bunch of reprints from Walmart. Do you think that there's a lot of like niche opportunities with not Walmart and Target runs? Like,
absolutely. I've done well with Publix.
Yeah,
we have Publix in our area. I'll share this because I don't sell it anymore. And BOGO, when stuff goes BOGO, right, you're automatically reducing your buy cost 50% per item. Dressing, I have done really well with dressings when they go BOGO. Now, Publix, they might limit you, like, oh, you can only buy 8 at a time, whatever. There's like 1,000 Publix, like everywhere, right? There's one on every corner. Their clearance can be really good. AJ put me on some serious clearance last year. Her and I both did a ton of Publix clearance. Some good old butt paste, buying it for like $2. It was selling for like 80, I think it was.
That's what I'm talking about. There's got to be stuff like that. Like Kroger is, I love Kroger. I'm in Kroger like literally like 5 to 7 times a week. Like literally almost every day I'm going into a Kroger. There's got to be like Walgreens or like the specialty stores, like the what's the hair salon place?
Sally Beauty.
Like Sally, yeah. Like I feel like there's stuff that's just so untested on Walmart because everybody is kind of cashing in on the Walmart, Target, Sam's, Costco maybe, run. Like they have the listing, it's easy to jump on, you can find it pretty quickly, but like the 2-packs and like the weird stuff, like maybe it doesn't sell 100 times a month, but it's still like Walmart was maybe a year ago or 18 months when there weren't, as many people. Because like now it's not as crazy to open up a listing and see 20 people on the listing,
Yep.
And so I don't know. I guess I'm wondering like what else is out there, like because like I'm doing similar to what you're doing, like the mainstream, route where I'm just looking at the newest toy, the hottest flip, like kind of the frontline stuff for the most part.
I don't even, it doesn't even have to be new for me, man. I'm still selling some Garfield stuff, like some what's that other the Kong movie, like that stuff's mostly dead, right? But I made thousands of dollars on that stuff, and you can still find it, and some of it still moves. It just, you have to kind of limit what you're buying.
Yeah,
but I agree. You can find profit for Walmart in literally almost any store you go to, right? And that's the thing, is like a lot of people just aren't exploring that because the easy low hanging fruit is still available.
Yeah,
which could change in a year, right? We might have to start getting creative again.
Yeah, I agree. Like on Amazon, you hear people saying, I'm doing really well with just arbitrage. Like what I do, like just arbitrage from like the dummy way, like just like Walmart matches UPC, like getting it straight in, before everyone, fingers crossed, like
first in, first out. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also people who are doing like super niche, crazy dog collar. I don't know. That's too niche. Like horse farm medicine.
Noah over here with his category of crazy urns and shit, right?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. So like you see that happen on Amazon where there's like people that are smarter and they're like doing something a little bit more specific and like whatever. That's got to exist on Walmart, and I haven't explored it hardly at all. Like I've done a few things from Kroger that just aren't available anywhere else, and they've done decent, when there's a sale, like that kind of like the BOGO thing you're talking about. But I feel like evolving, like getting, like if you want to get 6 months ahead of everybody else, you kind of have to,
yeah.
Do something. And AJ is blowing up. AJ, come on here with us and show us up. because I would love to pick your brain sometime. Cody Flips is on here. He says,
we could totally get her on one of these, like, for sure. Like, we should
absolutely. Well, that's if she's willing. She's kind of incognito. She may not want to. Mark says, I feel like there's definitely an opportunity for someone to make a good replen software. Yeah. Like
Noah, you're in here.
Yeah,
let's go. There's another one for you.
AJ says, me too. Let's see. Nope, nobody can see. Can they see the comment? Can everybody see?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it pops up.
But I'm gonna pull it up every time. Okay, good. Let's see. $4 baby paste into $80 to $90.
Yep, that was insane. I didn't find a lot because by the time she was pointing me in that direction, I think it was price capped at like 45, but I sold like 9 or 10. I literally ran to like 50 Publixes and just cleared like vitamins. Was Nature's Truth. So like a bunch of that brand, they were just pulling it off the shelf. They were doing a mod and resetting everything.
Nice.
And like a ton of baby stuff, and that and baby oil, Burt's Bees baby oil.
Interesting.
Those rainbow light vitamins, man. Whew.
There was a deodorant that I bought at Publix. This was like 4 years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. This was like a long time ago. I don't remember the brand. If you said it, I would know it. But they had it's kind of like Burt's Bees, something like that. But I mean, it was like that. It was a crazy flip where it was clearance down to dollars, and then it was going for a lot. I always feel nervous with those because I'm like, what dummy is paying $80 for it?
Lots of dummies. That's the problem.
Crazy. Chamberlain's. I've never even heard of Chamberlain's.
Me neither, and I feel like I probably should.
We're giving away sauce on here. Okay, AJ.
For real. Dude, AJ sold some I think it was Minwax, like stain for her next come out hardware store. Oh my god, dude. That like $80 for like a gallon of stain she got for like $20.
That is somebody with somebody else's credit card. I just sold something else, by the way. I just wanted to throw that. I wanted everybody to know that. Okay, I'm looking for a Chamberlain's, and then we're gonna move on.
You're good. How many Walmart sales are you at today?
Let's see.
Tell me your number.
Let's see. I tried to get the podcast on my big fancy new monitor that I got on clearance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, unshipped orders 39.
Amateur hour.
What are you at?
106.
Oh my Lord, I'm embarrassed. Oh no. I bet your average sale price is higher than mine too. I've got one.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I got one big shipment that's just like lingering, and I'm
of course AJ's at 133.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right. I quit. AJ can come on and do the podcast. No, pretty much anybody in the comments tonight can come in. I gotta level up, man.
I had a shipment check in Friday, and dude, I'm hitting this week. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have a Chamberlain, so double L.
I don't either.
Let's see. Cody Flip says, do y'all use a Walmart repricer yet? I did. Really liked them. Affiliated for them. And then they didn't. I was under the impression they were going to do something different with the pricing. And the ones out there are just real expensive. And so I'm manually doing it still, which is a huge time thing. I did the Walmart with some of them, but I just didn't like how it
it'll dump your price like really easily.
Yeah, I got nervous with it, and so I just manually what I do is I go into catalog and then I sort from highest inventory count to lowest inventory count, reprice until it starts glitching out, and then I go back and do it highest price to low price, and that pretty much hits it. And I can do that in about 20 minutes or so.
You could show buy box price too, right? And move the column.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, you you go to columns, and then you can see it that way. And if you're matching the buy box price, you may want to go in and look and see if you're $5 under the next seller, because that totally happens, and then you'll sell out, like, and you'll be the dummy.
Yep.
I'm talking to myself here, I'm sure, but in case anybody else is running into the same stuff I am.
Historically, somebody else will have the same issue. Don't you
Gotta
worry.
be, right? Yeah. So quick flip. It's Q4. It's the season for running into stores, doing OA orders, getting it in, selling it, merchant fulfilled as fast as possible. What's your plan for the rest of the year? Like, I know in the Discord you've talked about shameless plug. There's a link for our Discord in the comments below, or in the description. But anyways, you've talked about how you're not that concerned with if your shipment is late, you'll just sell it in January. So I mean, are you going heavier FBA, or like what's your plan for the rest of the year?
Wing it, honestly, is kind of what we do around here.
That's my kind of answer. You're
I know, right?
Than that.
Historically, what we always do is we send no matter what until the second to last week of December, and then we're done. Whatever doesn't checks in January, it sells typically. Last year we went really heavy in toys. Early December, I'm probably not going to do that as much because I got stuck with a couple things that ended up clearancing. And I got burnt, but in the grand scheme of things, it's whatever. So most likely that'll be what happens, is we're just going to continue to send stuff in. I am listing more FBM for Amazon offers just in general. Trying to capitalize kind of on those quick sales.
Yeah.
We actually didn't even send an Amazon shipment last week. We had so little, it wasn't worth it.
Interesting.
So we sent most of it to Walmart, and then we might continue to do that because the check-in times for Walmart is better most of the time. Yeah, and we don't have placement fees, and the shipping is a third of the cost. So
yeah, and it's simpler. Like who were you talking about earlier? You have the protections for as long as you're shipping, and you can you ship it through Amazon. You can prove it, like you're protected for the most part. But also, like, it's so simple with Amazon. Like, you list it, and you can kind of know how many you're selling a day. And I could totally, like, you talk about your friend that does primarily FBM, and like there are other people in the group, they won't touch FBA. Like they're like, I know multiple people, a handful of people who have just said we're not touching FBA as of 2024, and they're doing 100% FBM and shipping every day. And I don't know, that makes sense to me.
If I had the space, if I had, somebody had warehouse space, if I had the space for it, I probably would go full-time FBM like last week of November.
That makes sense.
But, we're doing it out of a house, right? So,
yeah.
Granted, it's two separate houses because I keep all the FBM stuff. I do all the shipping for eBay, Walmart, and Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we pack and prep at the other house. So it is split, but that the logistic nightmare of having to move all of that stuff back and forth, and what goes where, and oh no, this was supposed to go to Walmart and it's crap on Amazon, so now it's got to wait a week. We're just not into that. And like I said, in the Discord too, January is just as good as December.
Yeah.
I've had historically just as good of Januaries as I had December. In volume, not necessarily numbers, because we take 2 weeks off in December.
Yeah. Yes to that, absolutely. But also, if it's something like I've had this happen where I send in a bunch of stuff, it doesn't sell through in December, and then Amazon comes back in stock. And so, if Amazon comes back in stock and the market or the bottom falls out of the market, then it's a terrible idea to push it out. So like if it needs to be sold in December, that's like a big thing of mine. Is like all of that stuff.
You're gonna push it FBM most likely, right?
It's gotta go, yeah. But if it's something that like your regular everyday stuff, or like shoe sellers, like people who are heavy on shoes, like I think FBA is
I wouldn't want to pack that many shoes. They're bulky. They take up a lot of space.
just
it's
as like
not for
the sales
me.
are gonna yeah, AJ says yeah, people get the gift card that they use for Christmas. Great point. Yeah.
Yep.
So well, I think that's a podcast. I think we nailed this one. Like this is hey, the few people that we have on here before I start picking James' brain if he'll stay on and
for sure, man.
about something I want to talk about. People that are on here, what would you like to see for episode number 7, 8, 9, and because we got to do at least 4 more so we can make t-shirts and crap. Like it's a must. But
We
what
gotta pop up the Etsy store with the DTF, and we gotta get it out.
Yeah, if we get to 100, I'm gonna get a tattoo.
Oh,
What topic should we do? Like what's our next, or should we just do it like try to find a guest? I wonder if there's somebody really, really smart that's outselling at least me named AJ that would come on and talk shop with us.
she would 100%. I know she would.
All right, we'll make the ask on that. We need to get Noah on here for sure. There's, I mean, shoot, I feel like it's like I think we had 60 views on the last podcast, which is probably the most attention I've ever had on YouTube.
Ooh.
So we're doing something right. But yeah, we need. Hey, we got a soft commitment. Said bring on Noah. Yeah. All right. Well, Noah's gone. Noah's not still in here. We can talk.
Bro, our number 1 has 103 views.
Famous.
Dude.
We're YouTubers, bro.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing. I'll keep working on the title. I was a little lazy on the title today. Podcast episode number whatever. So I'll do better on that one. Okay. Mark says biggest fails, biggest wins are always fun to hear. I have some real ugly stuff, and I love talking about my failure. Like that's
bro,
my favorite.
I want to hear those.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Sadiq's in here. He says, "Let's get rich." Yeah, bro. I think Sadiq's doing. I think he's doing like crazy numbers on Amazon. Like, I think
100%. Yeah,
crushing it. I hope some of that's translating to Walmart, man. Like, I hope you're testing because, like, I bet, like, if you're selling what I think you're selling, like, I bet some of it will translate. So hopefully we help at least some on that. And reach out anytime. I'm happy to help. Okay, all right. Without further ado, anybody wants to go, you can go, but I'm going to keep it live in case somebody else wants to tell me. What do you think about taking our Bolo group and making it everything that it is now minus the OA leads?
Mm-hmm.
So like the majority of my time spent is on OA leads. And we just brought somebody on for RA, and so he'll still be putting those in. And like some of yours are RA that you contribute. So it would be the same that it has stock checker, all the RA leads, all the providers would still be in like the body of the Discord, but then do OA lead lists. So like instead of it all being there, do like that plus lead list. So everybody that's in there now, anybody who's a member or who joins like, I don't know, this year or whatever.
AJ,
what'd you say?
Just don't take my stock checker away.
I promise I won't. I get that message every time I post about it in the close friends. There's her and other people that say that. So the OA leads, they would come in like everybody else does this. They have it in an Excel file and they send it out daily with the 5 or 10. Like some days I'm doing like 30 OA leads and it's like a lot. And I feel like people are like missing them. I'm offended almost because I'm like, I worked so hard, and like or like somebody on my team worked so hard for this lead, and and then like you haven't looked at every lead today, right? And I feel like I haven't even looked at every lead today, and so like
half the time I mark the Discord as red just so I don't have a notification. Like it's so bad, but so Noelle does that too, where she posts the leads as they are, and then the VAs do Excel sheets.
Yeah.
It's extra work, but yes, it's easier to review historical. because like everyone knows you shouldn't just buy leads given to you, no matter where they're from, right? You should always you have to double vet, triple vet, and then go back like 3 months and look at those. I what I don't like about our Bolo group is every store is like it's just disorganized, and that drives me nuts.
Every store doesn't have a channel, or there's too many channels.
Too many.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would just like fucking the big stores and then everything else. Like
the idea behind that, like for anybody who's not in the group, and I'm not trying to sell you on the group, I totally am, but like currently there's like 46 different channels for OA, and it's like Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, like random Ulta, like random stores, and I want them like that, but yeah, no,
it's too much. It's too much for me in the sense
created
of
other OA at one point because we ran out of channels for that category.
Yeah,
so we're gonna put everything in that one. Yeah,
it's insane to me. I like just put it in one and let me look at them real quick. But
yeah,
everybody likes it different. Now, if you do the Excel, that it would
immediately solve that. Yeah, I mean, the Discord would be way smaller if we did it that way. Like all those channels would go away, and then you would just get a lead list,
daily Excel sheet
in your email. You wouldn't have access to the historical leads unless you kept the Excel, and so like I don't know, maybe that increases the value of them somehow.
Yes, but if they're smart, they're going to filter them into a folder like I would do.
Eventually, from there, I could come out with additional lead lists that are like the group plus something else. And I kind of like the idea of that, but
you might get a lot of kickback or pushback from people, I think, in the sense of, I'm paying for this group. I want the leads in the group, but you don't necessarily have to send it out in an email blast. You could just post it in a channel.
I feel like if I put them in an Excel sheet, like I'm outperforming like a lot of the people that are doing that now. Like if people got an Excel sheet with all of our leads from today, like organized and put in there. My wife just came in with dinner, so it is
Heck
time.
Yeah.
But if I did that, like I think people would be overwhelmed. Like it's getting posted in there, and it's not like I can see what we use affiliate link, so like I can see how many clicks it gets. I can see how many sales we get off of each source, and it's not it's not much, and it's not because they're not good. Like they're real good, like some of them are like home runs, and then I look back and I'm like, I really expected that to just like crush, and I don't know.
Well, but everybody's looking for different things in leads too, right? It's not necessarily like what you might deem good, somebody else might not deem good.
Yeah.
But I think maybe just trying to post it in an Excel sheet, because like do you use Seller Amp when you're doing OA?
Yes. Yeah, the team does.
So you can.
And we're all on the same Seller Amp account too.
You can export it to a Excel document, and it makes it pretty easy too if you set it up correctly.
Yeah, the people who are excited about we're doing that either way. We're definitely doing the Excel with all leads. I'm just kind of thinking like, should I take it out of like the Discord? And so I don't know. I need to think. There's something. It's not taking anything away from people. It would make them more exclusive, and like in my mind, like it would make them like, I don't know.
But does that then bring on more effort for you to have to manage it, right?
We'd have to double the times we touch it. Yeah.
To me, that's not worth it.
Yeah. I will keep thinking. I have some other thoughts too, but we've taken enough of these people time. Well, we're still getting new people on. Jeez Louise. All right. Thank you for watching the Walmart Sellers Podcast.
Episode number whatever, hashtag maybe number 6.
Next episode will be potentially, I'll try to schedule it, potentially a guest interview with AJ. Is that what we're planning?
Yeah, she said I would, so I'm counting that as.
She might mean I would after Q4 because I know she's working harder than I am. So no promises. We will try that. And yeah, all right. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.